Have you ever felt a knot in your stomach, a flush of shame creeping up your neck, just for wanting something? For having a desire that someone else labeled as weird, wrong, or too much? If you've ever been made to feel small or broken because of your intimate longings, this video is for you. We need to talk about desire shame, and more importantly, how to break free from it. Shame is a powerful, painful emotion. It's that deep, gut-wrenching feeling that we are fundamentally flawed, that there's something inherently wrong with us. When this shame gets tangled up with our desires, our most intimate and vulnerable wants, it can be absolutely crippling. It can make us hide parts of ourselves, not just from others, but from our own awareness. This shame doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's often planted in us by society, culture, religious teachings, or even our own families and past partners. We're fed a constant stream of messages about what is normal or acceptable when it comes to desire. Movies, books, and social media often portray a very narrow, vanilla version of intimacy, and anything outside of that box can be treated with suspicion or ridicule. Think about it. How many times have you heard a desire described as kinky with a negative tone, or seen a character in a movie shamed for their specific turn-ons? These subtle, and sometimes not so subtle messages teach us to judge our own internal worlds. We start to believe that our unique desires are signs of being damaged or perverted. The science behind this is fascinating and deeply human. Our brains are wired for social connection and acceptance. From an evolutionary standpoint, being cast out from the tribe was a death sentence. So, when we receive social cues that our desires could lead to rejection, our brains trigger a powerful shame response. It's a primitive alarm system screaming, "Danger! You might be ostracized for this." This response is managed by parts of our brain like the amygdala, which processes fear and threats, and the prefrontal cortex, which deals with social cognition and self-evaluation. When you feel desire shame, it's not just all in your head. It's a real neurobiological event. Your body is reacting to a perceived social threat, even if that threat is just an old, internalized voice from your past. This shame can manifest in so many destructive ways. It might lead to a complete shutdown of your libido, because it feels safer to want nothing at all than to want the wrong thing. You might find yourself unable to communicate your needs to a partner, terrified of their judgment. This lack of communication can lead to deeply unsatisfying intimate experiences, creating a cycle of frustration and more shame. For some, it can lead to compulsive behaviors, where the desire is acted upon in secret, shrouded in guilt, rather than being integrated into a healthy, open, intimate life. The number of people affected by this is staggering. While hard statistics are difficult to come by because of the very nature of shame, countless therapists and educators report that desire shame is one of the most common issues clients bring to them. It cuts across all genders, orientations, and backgrounds. No one is immune to the cultural scripts we are handed. But here is the most important thing you need to hear today. Your desires are not wrong. Having a desire, any desire, does not make you a bad person. Desires are simply part of the rich tapestry of your humanity. They are signals from your body and mind about what brings you pleasure, connection, and aliveness. They are as unique as your fingerprint. The problem isn't your desire. The problem is the shame that has been attached to it. So, how do we begin to uncouple desire from shame? The first step is awareness. You have to notice the shame when it shows up. What does it feel like in your body? Is it a tightness in your chest, a hot feeling in your face, a desire to hide? What are the thoughts that come with it? I'm so weird. No one else feels this way. If my partner knew, they'd leave me. Just notice these thoughts without judgment. Acknowledge them as the voice of shame, not the voice of truth. The second step is curiosity. Instead of pushing the desire away, can you get curious about it? Where did it come from? What does it represent for you? Perhaps a desire for a certain dynamic is really a desire for trust and surrender. Maybe a fascination with a particular scenario is connected to a need to feel powerful or cherished. Your desires have stories to tell if you're willing to listen. This doesn't mean you have to act on every single desire. The distinction between fantasy and reality is crucial, but you can explore them in your mind through writing or through consuming media that reflects your interests without shame. The third and perhaps most powerful step is finding community and validation. Shame thrives in isolation. It wants you to believe you are the only one. When you find out that other people share your desires, or at the very least, that they accept yours without judgment, shame starts to lose its power. Its foundation of "I'm the only one" crumbles. This is why online forums, supportive groups, and talking to trusted, open-minded friends can be so transformative. Hearing someone else say, "Me too," or "That's totally okay," can be like a healing balm on a wound. Remember that study from the Journal of Sex Research? It found that a huge percentage of people have fantasies that they might consider unconventional. You are far from alone. The range of human desire is vast and varied. Embracing your desires is an act of radical self-acceptance. It is you saying, "All parts of me are welcome. All parts of me are worthy of love and understanding." This journey isn't always easy. It can mean unlearning decades of conditioning. It might involve setting boundaries with people who shame you, or seeking out new sources of information that are positive and affirming. Think of it like tending to a garden. For years, maybe you've been told that certain flowers are weeds, and you've tried to rip them out. Now, it's time to recognize that they are just a different kind of flower. Your job is to learn about them, understand what they need, and allow them to bloom in a way that feels safe and healthy for you. When you begin to let go of the shame, your intimate life can transform. Communication with your partner becomes more honest and exciting. Your capacity for pleasure expands. You start to feel more whole, more integrated. The part of you that you kept hidden in the shadows can finally come into the light and be celebrated. Your desires are a source of energy, creativity, and connection. They are not something to be feared or ashamed of. They are a vital, beautiful part of who you are. You deserve to experience pleasure without guilt. You deserve to feel fully alive and expressed in your own skin. And you deserve to have an intimate life that is fulfilling, joyful, and authentically yours. Don't let anyone's judgment dim your inner light. Your desires are valid. You are valid. Thank you for watching. For more content that helps you understand yourself better, make sure to follow Sex Education Repo.